Allow me to introduce Toastmaster novice Pamela Michell, a professional fundraiser who subsequently survived attempted murder. Nurses told Pam they saw angels behind her shoulders at the hospital bed. I have chills as I'm saying this. She is eagerly anticipating sharing her experiences and learning to retell them, not to invoke sympathy, but rather as an inspiration. Mother, grandmother, advocate, writer, and friend, join me in welcoming Pamela for her icebreaker speech.
My life's journey began in Motown, Detroit City, where I was surrendered for adoption at birth, in a time when there were few options for unmarried teenage mothers. I was raised by a spectacular couple, an only child in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, a frigid mining town, desolate, we're talking sub-zero here, where the antifreeze of choice was alcohol for children and adults. My perception that I did not belong here in any way, shape, or form is a common perception among adoptees from what I understand. And that perception fueled my eagerness to abandon the Upper Peninsula of Michigan and move on with my life in the 70s. Although my past was obscure, I felt that giving birth would somehow ground me. At 20, I married. I moved to Phoenix and had my first child at 22, my second daughter 4 years later. My folks moved from Michigan to Hawaii, and our relationship grew closer. I felt it was inspired by their irresistible granddaughters. I was blessed to be reunited with my biological mother at age 33. And I cannot begin within the confines of this speech to express how I feel about that. I'd love to do that at another time. In my 30s, I went to college studying public administration. I became a state certified public manager. And there I developed my passion for fundraising and public policy. Constantly I wondered, how would I truly make a difference in this world? What was my role? Maybe I gave that just a little bit too much thought. When my marriage failed, I pulled up stakes and moved to Los Angeles with my youngest daughter, Jessica, who was 16 at the time. My older daughter, Holiday, was 20, and she chose to stay behind in Phoenix. In terms of grant writing, I had earned my reputation as a cash cow. I enjoyed the successes and intrinsic rewards that my work produced, even though I didn't provide direct services. But once I was in LA, I was seduced by the exuberance of the Boys and Girls Clubs. In a high-profile position, quickly I forgot the fundamentals of social work that I learned in the trenches at Homeward Bound in Phoenix. I was living large in La La Land until I lost the only man who always put me first, my adopted father. In 2003, Edward Michelle had a heart attack in his beachfront Hawaii condominium while he was sitting on the toilet. My adoptive mother's diminished cognitive state could not acknowledge his passing. And now more than ever, I miss the camaraderie of a sibling. I entered a period of my life deeper and darker than most can imagine surviving. But I'm here to tell you, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger, and I am living proof. I look forward to sharing aspects of my journey with you in future speeches. Today, however, I would like to share a poem that I wrote as an introduction and overview of this dark journey. This poem is one of a collection that's available on my website for download. I hope you will take inspiration from this poem called Stepping Out of Silence by Pamela Michell. isolated and tortured, held captive in Seattle. Broken ribs, nose, and jaw, indeed an uphill battle. A coroner would recognize what ER docs didn't know, as strangulation typically is the deadly blow. As fate would have it, I was spared, a long way still to go. Quietly I wondered, yet afraid to dream, what might have made a difference when silent was my scream. The U.S. Marshal did his job, apprehending him on the run, refusing to be his victim, though I was not the only one. 6 months after my escape, recovery just begun. Next, the most trying task at hand, inspired preparation for the witness stand. Through countless interrogations, proceedings, and delays, I bridged the gap from hate to pity, and my worst fears I overcame. Stepping out of silence, Judge Armstrong heard my heart's plea, imposing landmark sentence, guaranteed years of top security. Imprisoned in Walla Walla, no, of this demon we are free. With doctors, advocates, lawyers and counselors, heroic angels on my team. From Seattle to Los Angeles, they've built a better me. Previously a fundraiser, now seeking to repay the charity shown to me as my smile was regained. Lessons learned I wouldn't give back are not a feather in my cap. Sparing others my hard knocks, infused by angels along my walk. I'm compelled to answer this solemn call, soliciting awareness and safety for all. Lives to impact, lives to save. Priceless benefits far outweigh the obscurity my silence gained behind a mask of guilt and shame. Once a battered woman, unlikely though it seems, stepping out of silence, inspired by my dream. Well, now a bright light beckons me, and the call is deafening. I've got my marching orders. I need to share this experience on behalf of those who are still suffering in silence and those that love them. I thank you all for your interest and your support. I love you.
Else feel like they just witnessed something momentous? I mean, I really feel like this is going to be an amazing journey, and I'm honored, as I think we all are, to see you embark on it. We're going to be here to support you in any way that we can as a group. And yeah, I mean, you're so impressive. I can't believe that you're like, oh my, icebreaker fish, what am I supposed to do? And I'm like, you don't. You already know what to do. That we're just going to listen. You know what you're doing. You know what you're saying. I'm her mentor, by the way.